going on? What's going on? Yeah, just wanted to hop on here and just kind of get some stuff off my chest. I haven't really been on here because it's like, shoot, I end up just hopping on, and then next thing you know, I'm on here chatting away for like hours and hours, and then going to work like Fred Sanford. And there's an episode of Fred Sanford show where he stayed up all night, and then he woke up and he was going out the door, and then it was sunlight. It was daytime, so he put his hand over his eyeballs, and then he shut the door, and then he went back upstairs. Like he was a vampire. Oh man, I gotta get that sound bite too, because that's something definitely I'm gonna need. But yeah, man, I had an interesting day, man. It was just, man, some family drama that transpired that reared its ugly head. Basically, I was toe in toe with a young hyena clan, and then I was the male hyena that escaped the clan. So, oh man, it's like, damn, here we go. And I don't even go for that type of stuff. That was just, see, it's like you have to, sometimes you forced into, or not even so much forced, but you just be into some stuff, on some like survival type stuff. And then you realize like, damn, man, you get out of the situation and you realize, man, it's really more, it's like I was saying to, I think it was Soul Shader. I was like, I beat one master, then I got to another level where it's like 4 times harder. It's like, God, dog. Oh man. It's 4 times harder, but it's perks to the level. You get more power. Like I got a power up, but I'm on another level. Like, and I gotta beat a bigger master. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. So, yeah, man. I just, what's going on right now is basically it's I think it's somebody posted that it's retrograde. I think all of the planets are in retrograde or something like that. Like people are really, really tired, and people are very stressed out. People making like erratic decisions today, and something going on. I think it's like a new moon. It's the moon is very young, let's just say, and it's just a lot going on. So you got a new moon, you got Mercury in retrograde, and all of the other planets, I think they said, in retrograde. And, it's just like basically a lot going on. So I just have to sometimes hop on to get my money's worth. That's how I look at it. I'm paying for this StreamYard shit. I might as well utilize it. So, it's paying off a little bit. It seems like. I mean, not so much just that, but I had to make a whole bunch of whole bunch of herbs, it's, you know, it's something, man. It's like Real Deal Financial say. I think I think that's his name. His channel's name. Said, capture transactions. So I mean, definitely need to capture transactions, man. Even if you're not in business, you working for a business 9 times out of 10 that's capturing transactions. So either way, you're forced into business. It's like the Borg. Resistance is futile. Whether you look at it or not, whether you look at yourself as a businessman or not, you're still in business. What's going on, Iori? Yeah. One thing I noticed, because pretty much I look at it like AMG, AM Gangster, pretty much 9 to 5, and then, or 8 to 4. I work 8 to 4. And then you got 5 to midnight. So, or you can even say, if you want to just be literal, 3 to midnight. And it's like, man, I'm more of a 3 to midnight kind of guy. I'm definitely not a 8 a.m. Not an a.m. to nothing. I'm more of a like 4 to midnight, 3. I'd even be okay with 2 to midnight. I'm definitely not an a.m. I'm definitely not an a.m. gangster. I love Mercedes. I've never had a BMW, but as far as just the terminology of the lexicon, I'm definitely more of a kind of like midday to midnight type of guy. Actually, the job I had before I have now, the IT support job I had now, was cool as hell, because it was like I get a lot more money from the job I have now, but it's a trade-off. The job I had before, I would start at 11, and then I'm done at 8. I mean, that was so cool, man. It was like excellent. And the reason they did it, because I worked, I ain't gonna say where I worked because it's too soon, but I did mention it. I mentioned it on, if you've been watching me like a hawk on a forest canopy. I mean, I've already said where I work, but basically I supported, let's just say an institution, okay? And that institution did a lot of night classes. So they needed somebody to actually cover the night shift for the professors. So I would come in at like 11 and then be there till 8 o'clock. So I definitely enjoyed it, because I mean, I miss most of the day. I pretty much miss, yeah, because I gotta be up at work and everything. But I mean, I could literally get a good night's sleep in, even maybe stay up a little bit, and then I'm getting up to go back to work, and I got a real good sleep in. Okay, I mean, I'm not about 10 o'clock. I'm good. I've gotten a nice little good sleep in. I'm pretty decent. I mean, that's pretty chill. Like, I got enough time to do what I need to do. I don't know about it, but I think a lot of people are they're not really like into sleep. I don't know what it is about people. Like, it's like sleep is like they like trying to not sleep. It's like some type of game or some shit like that, or some type of movement or something. I'm gonna tell you something. I was in the military, Okay. Sleep is valuable. Okay. Sleep is like currency. Okay, man. If you don't go to sleep, man, you'll drive yourself crazy. Okay. You'll literally drive yourself crazy. So you definitely need sleep. If you don't get no sleep, man, you gonna start turning into a wackadoo. And a wackadoo is pretty much a crazy person. So yeah, man, I'm definitely more of an evening person. I've always been that way. I've always been kind of a night owl type of person. That's why actually it's one of my exit strategies is to actually kind of transition into being more back to business basically. But when I go back to business, I'm going to try to do it right. Try to come up with a pretty good system and scale it up and kind of let it flow, to where I'm just delegating tasks and duties. I have, pretty much a manager, have some type of management structure in place, to where they can run my business. And then I can just pretty much be like the chairman or just basically a chairman, somebody on the board to just, every time we come to a decision, we pretty much come to the table on things. And that's pretty much it. Like, you know, I mean, that's pretty much what I plan on doing. Because the thing about it is, here's the deal, right? So okay. Here's and I kind of talked about it. Like if you look at my old videos, I've talked about certain things. My frame of mind has changed since the last, let's say, 4 years, 5 years, but I haven't changed that much. I mean, basically, my thing is, okay, this is what my thing is with real estate. Because, okay, so the thing is like this, right? You gotta have a place to live. That's not changing. You're gonna need a place to live. That's never gonna, stop. So pretty much in having a place to live, you might not have the ability to be able to get a mortgage, okay? You might not even want a mortgage. Where there's other concepts that you can use that I've talked about. There's other ways, it's more than one way to skin a cat, you know. And it's like pretty much all that even aside, I get it, man. This dude actually, man, he living in one of the most grimiest, ghettoest freaking cities in America. I mean, what is this dude on, man? This dude is crazy. What is this? Why does this dude buy some property in a freaking hood? It's one of the worst neighborhoods in America. Okay. Now I'm speaking of Gary, Indiana. Why would this dude do that? And I thought about it, it's like, okay, sharing my, video of my house and everything or whatever. And I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? I gotta explain to these people. A lot of people I don't have to explain. because, like, for example, my, what is it, mestizos or my Mexicans, they already there. I see them. Hey, hombre. Hey, ¿dónde estoy? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde estás? They in, I'm in the Home Depot and shit, and I see Javier, Julio, Jose, you know what I'm saying, right there with their Carhartt jacket on, they jeans, they boots, they material with their cart. They already there. They working the same plan, but doing it on a whole nother level than I am. Okay, I'm just one dude amongst, whatever, just pretty much by myself. I don't have anybody that, other than my friend, that is in on it with me. I got another partner that I'm trying to get in the mix, but he ain't bust no move yet. But I'm seeing them, and then the guy I bought the house from is a white guy. I mean, so where am I going with this? If you think that if you pull the covers of things behind, like if you follow the trail of money and common sense, you see, basically, I can tell when it's opportunity. When I see opportunity, I see, okay, this guy, he's selling this property. I can see why he's selling it. And then also these guys over here, this person is actually trying to, I'm gonna tell you another story when it comes to this particular property. It's gonna have you that, I didn't mention. Okay. This guy bought this house or got this contract on. Because here's the thing. I try to catch myself before I say buy. Because you don't necessarily, even, it's a guy that he talks about real estate. And he's very hardcore on real estate. Probably listened to me a long time ago. I don't know. But this guy got the same concept that I have. His concept is rent. If you rent, you're still homeless. Okay? You're still homeless. Now, here's another thing that I would say that he didn't say. I'm more hardcore on. And there's other people that are hardcore on. I ain't mentioning no names because unless you coming on my platform and you are actually talking to me, engaging with me, or even, outside of YouTube, I ain't really trying to talk about too much and going in too much detail on people. But I do talk about certain people. I talk about Kevin, of course, because I've actually engaged with Kevin a long time ago because Kevin used to go on BGS's Hangout, and we used to all, everybody that you talk about, Obsidian, Angry Man, every who's who of who was on BGS's live streams when he used to do a lot of live streams back, every Saturday, years and years ago. Now, I say all that to say, I don't look at Kevin the same way I look at other people. So I do I changed my channel name. I was going by another channel, Solar Scholar, but I was pretty much, already knew a lot of the people, just went by a different name. And yeah, I was back, the other channel that I had, Solar Scholar, I was not doxxed. Didn't nobody know who the hell I was. Only maybe, I was so good with it. I pretty much, people thought that they knew who I was. They would ask me questions. Like I remember Cerulean asked me who I was. And I was like, nope, it's not me. He wasn't even dead on at all. Like I wouldn't say I was not doxable, but I definitely was like I didn't show my face at all. Like it was just nothing but straight just videos. I didn't show my face at all, anything. So it's like that was what I had with my channel name. And I had another channel even before that, even before this channel, I had back in 2008. And I was like when I was in my grandmother's basement. So I've been on here for quite a long time. But I say all that to say, basically, the whole real estate adventure that I'm on now, when I started it, as far as looking at different properties that this particular individual had, this white guy, older white guy, probably in his 60s, live like, way up near Wisconsin, probably pretty much wealthy. With the where he lives is an upper class area. Okay, so the thing is that I'm not off point. I'm usually the decisions I make, I either maybe have a bad timing with it, and sometimes a lot of times I'm spot on, but yet when it comes to particularly, let's just say Gary, Indiana, right? These properties, the properties that this guy owns, he only, like, out of the 4 properties that he showed me that he owned, he only has one left. Okay, because when I went to go see the second house, the first house he had was like on a really bad block in Gary, Indiana. It was like a real narrow block, and the house was a brick house, but it was a lot. It was like the whole street was abandoned properties. It was like all of them were abandoned. I mean, not all of them, but a sizable amount. And then also, it was pretty much a real beat up house. It was, it was a lot going on. And then it was like some dude with an ATV going up and down the street. But the thing is like I wasn't really interested in it, because that property, the grade of that property was an F property as well. It was an F grade property. Okay. Now some people would be like, your property is an F grade property too, but I don't think so. I've owned F grade properties. I showed you my first property that I bought. It was definitely, it was F as in fire damage. Okay. But after I left that property, he showed me another one. And that property was an F grade property too. It was a brick as well, but it had a lot of garbage in the basement, a lot of stuff going on in the basement. A lot of garbage upstairs. It was pretty much a complete gut job, meaning you had to rip all of the drywall and stuff out, get dumpsters and everything like that. So it was like, I still would have bought it. If that was his only house that he had, I would have bought it. I would have bought that one. But he was going to go show me the other properties he had. And it was a lady that I thought she was Mexican, but she was actually from Colombia, she said. Didn't speak a lick of English. She didn't speak no English hardly whatsoever. She had, I think, her daughter on the phone as a translator, but she had started running out of battery juice on her phone. So I took Spanish in college for like 2 semesters. I think like the second semester I ended up having to drop the class because I was doing really, really bad in it. But I know a little bit of Spanish. I mean, I know like basically Don. I know enough about Spanish to to talk like a retard. Like to me, I'll say, "Donde ustedes mi chico trabaja." Now, what did I just say? I think I said, where you from or something, boy, work. I think that's what I said. I don't know. I'm not fluent in Spanish. I mean, you ain't gonna pick up something off of just a class. I don't think. I guess you can, but I doubt it. When somebody has to speak their whole life, to get it, or years and years. I mean, I don't know, but I know a little bit about Spanish. Okay, but that being said, I mean, this lady, I couldn't really translate really that much. I could help her a little bit. She knew I knew a little bit of Spanish, or Spanish, or how people say it, like down south, like Spanish, like spinach. I know a little bit of spinach, but I pretty much can't. I tried to help her out, but the story ain't about that she couldn't speak Spanish or nothing, or English. The story was she popped out like, "God damn it, I don't give a fuck if I can't speak Spanish. What's up? How many properties you got? I see this sign. I want to buy a property." And she wanted to join the tour. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, God damn, man. I had pretty much everything set up that I was going to meet up with this guy and look up these houses. This lady come along. So I got competition. Oh, man. So that she was, definitely. So, however you interpret this conversation is how you interpret it. But basically, we go on the third house. The third house had a whole bunch of trash in it, but it was in a lot better condition. I would say maybe more of the I would say maybe D plus maybe type house or whatever. Definitely wasn't C grade, more like D grade. So she basically looked at the house. We stumbling over the trash. I picked up a battery and put it in my pocket. So I'm like, shit, this battery, man, it might fit one of my power tools. So she goes, leaves, we leave. She like, "I want this property." I'm like, damn, I would take this property. Matter of fact, and be honest with you, if I had the money, it would only have cost 40 grand to buy all four of his properties. I would have did it. Because here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you why I did it, and I'm gonna go back to my house. Well, actually, I'll go to finish my house. It was the fourth house we went to was the house I chose, and I pretty much, when I got out of viewing it, I saw it. It was pretty much gutted already. All it needed is just get worked on, right? Because the people that bought it already worked on it, and it's like basically, I walked out of the house and I was like, because I saw the look on her face like she wanted to even buy this house too, or she wanted this house, wanted the house that we looked at, and it was the last house. I was like, "I'll take this house, sir," or whatever. I didn't say sir, but I just say, "I'll take this house. This is the one I want." And it's like, she looked at me or whatever, and it's like I didn't even look at her because it's like, I mean, basically, this is the one I want. And it's like, I was the first person on the tour. So he said pretty much like I got first dibs. I mean, I would say so too, because if somebody first came to me and they were like, I wanted to go look at a bunch of houses or cars or whatever, that person has first dibs because they was the first person in line. And that's how you're supposed to do it. But the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that this person was ready to jump on board to get whatever she could. Okay. And the thing is like I said, I'm going to go back to saying I would have bought all four of them houses. Why? Why probably in the worst city, second probably to Gary, Indiana. What's going on, Soul Shader? The reason why I would have bought all 4 of them, I'll tell you. And it's a case for Gary, Indiana, pretty much. And if you listen to like Alan Roger Curry, man, I mean, you gotta freaking, or even Michael Jackson. I mean, you know what I'm saying? How can you not? I could just add that, but I ain't gonna even add that. But I'm gonna just leave that there. But the other thing is, okay, Gary, Indiana is right in the middle of Northwest Indiana. Okay, Northwest Indiana has a lot of wealth. Okay, that's one. So you're not just out in the country and it's just nothing. You have nothing around you. And Gary has a side where it's close to Chicago, and it's also another side that's part of like close to Maryville, Indiana, and it's also near the waterways. It's actually freaking like 5 minutes away from Lake Michigan. Okay. Another thing is that it's close to Chicago. Let me just go into Chicago. Chicago is the 3rd largest financial market in the United States. If you can't make money in Chicago, you can't make no money hardly anywhere. They say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Chicago is like New York's cousin. If you can make it in Chicago, you should be able to probably better off make it in New York. But New York is a different animal. I've never been to New York. I am planning on going one of these days, but not definitely right now. But I had planned on going to New York, but New York is definitely the number one as far as the financial capital of the United States. It is actually, New York is the financial capital of the United States. Second is LA, and third is Chicago. So you literally have all of those components. You got the lake, you got Chicago being 45 minutes away. Actually, technically, about 15 minutes to 20 minutes. About 15 minutes away from Chicago, actually, because Gary borders Hammond, and then Hammond is right on the border of Chicago. Okay, so you say 15 minutes away from Chicago, 15, 20 minutes away from Chicago. So you have trains logistics that go through Gary. You have truckers. You have a big trucking industry in Gary, Indiana. Shout out to MOT. I'm sure he knows about Gary, Indiana. Probably passed it about 1 million times. Probably stopped there at least 1 or 2 times to get some gas. Maybe I ain't gonna, I don't know how you feel about the lot lizards. So I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Cause I don't really know that much about no lot lizard. I ain't never been a trucker. The closest I ever been to trucking was before Obama got reelected in 2012. I was just trying to, get a job and stuff, and try to, was going to school, and I was like, I was thinking about getting into trucking, so I tried CR England, and CR England trains you free of charge, gives you a hotel room. The only thing you have to pay for is food, and then you have to pay for your, expenses as far as anything is concerned, and also your licenses and any type of application fees, anything associated to getting a CDL license. You have to pay for that. So I can drive a truck. I can get in the truck right now, pull the freaking lever, pop the lever, and drive that motherfucker. But parking it, I can even name the parts of the truck. If you ask me right now, I couldn't tell you. But I was literally, yes, I can read and I can understand diagrams and pictures. Yes. I knew what the air brakes were and the, you know, different terminologies that I don't remember because it was like, what was that, 8 years ago? I yeah, but I had problems backing up the truck, and then also, like, you have to, in order to pass the test, you had to do a back test. I could do that. I could back a truck up straight. Yeah, did that okay. But the problem is, you had to do a maneuver called offset remover, where you had to park the truck like a car, where you had to turn the car to the left. Turn the truck to the left. And then keep in mind, you in the truck, you ain't got no rear view mirror. It's a trailer in the back. You know, all you got is call your tandem mirrors, your left and your right. So you got to park the truck on an offset position where it's kind of like turned or whatever. And then you got to turn the truck and park it back in a straight, line. And then you had to do a parallel park with a truck. a 53 foot truck with a 53-foot container on it. You have to parallel park it. Man, I couldn't do that in no 2 weeks, man. Not even 3 weeks. I probably could have did it if I took longer, but a lot of people did not pass it. Okay, a lot of people had to go back home. I was one. Some people did. Quite a few people did pass. The thing is that I pretty much I just went back home and just got back to doing IT like I normally do. I've done a lot of things, and I just do it because I'm a hustler. I make money. I do whatever I can do legally to make money, and I'll do it. I'll be a freaking chef. I'll be a head cook. I'll be a janitor, whatever I got to do to get money. I've never been a janitor, but I will be getting into that because that's what one of my businesses. But the thing is that I definitely had periods where I was just not in IT, such as when I worked at the Coke chicken plant, and I worked there a couple months, and basically, I would do IT jobs off of like when I had a day off or whatever, or when I wanted a day off. And I did that for a few months before I got back into IT. It's like sometimes unless you're got your own business and you got contracts and stuff like that, it's gonna be periods. If you're working in IT, it's gonna be periods where you're unemployed and you have to choose what you're going to do. Like, are you going to do something else, or are you going to just take unemployment? It's been periods of time where I just was not in IT, but I would always get back in IT. It'll be just like, all right. It'd be like IT has been for the last about 14 years, like a girlfriend. I break up with her, and then we go steady again. I'll find me another girlfriend. And then we, good for a while. And then I got to get another girlfriend. And then, damn, I'm on a drought for like 6 months, 7 months, for a few months. Actually, with IT, though, I haven't been in no drought. Other than, certain things that transpired in my life. The longest drought I've had in IT probably was only about 4 months, because the thing about IT is the employment is so highly needed. You're not going to be gone. You're not, and depending on what market you're in, like Chicago, probably even bigger markets like New York, LA, maybe even Texas. You're not going to be without a job for long because the demand is so high, and there's so many people that so many employers that need techs. You're not gonna be without a job for that long. The only thing, and then you got some. Most people are gonna keep their job for a long time too. So you got that factor. So yeah, it doing other things besides like just being a non-skilled laborer. Basically, I've being a non-skilled laborer. I've went long periods without getting a job, like 6 months, 7 months. When I got into IT full fledged, the longest drought I probably had of being unemployed was maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe four, because the demand is very high. You know, um, you're gonna get a job. Like it's like, and then you're already gonna be working. Even when I was unemployed, I still was working because I've been times where I just got let go or whatever, and the next day I was working another job because I'll just go right like what MOT was talking about Field Nation. I'll just go right on there and just get I already know that I'm getting let go. I'll just get a job that's starting tomorrow, and I'll just get it because they see my background. They see how many jobs I already did. They just call me that day, like, all right, can you show up tomorrow? Yep, I'm there tomorrow. So the IT world, one thing I like about having skills is that especially skills that's in high demand. You're not gonna be without a job. It's like a nurse, who's not gonna need a nurse? Who's not gonna need a doctor? I mean, come on. So yeah, it's one thing I like about IT. IT is like a IT is like a 92 octane girlfriend. You just gonna leave her and go get another one. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But yeah. What's going on, Soul Shader? I made a little money in the market today. I made on my Robinhood. Let me see, what did I do today? I did pretty good, and I gotta look at my video. I don't know when the last time I did a Robinhood challenge update because it's been a minute since I did a Robinhood challenge update. So maybe I might do one now if I haven't done one. If it's been longer than a month, I definitely need to get right on that. Let me see how many was the last update I did. Okay, so I pretty much did I go 2 months without doing a Robinhood update? What in the whole frux? Huh? Oh, I see what happened. I probably did talk about it, man. I know I ain't go that damn long, but I'll handle that real quick. We're gonna do a Robinhood update right in this hour. So we're gonna do that right now. I just gotta send myself a little picture and then basically show what I bought. That's all I pretty much do. And definitely download Robinhood. The link will be in the description below. I only got two more. Let me see, how many friend invites do I actually have? Because they don't give you unlimited friend invites. They only give you up to I think 3. Cause my one of my exes, I think she gave me a friend invite. I mean, she downloaded Robinhood, helped me out. I think I got like a share for like $3. Thank you. All right, I'm black. Bruh, life, lift stop is dropping. I need to find some more money to buy it at these stupid low prices. 22 right now. If tomorrow gets slower, I'm gonna invest more money. Okay, yeah, you're playing the long game. Yeah, long game is kind of hard because it's like a lot of times people they don't. If you got your life in order, the life game is pretty good. You can profit off of it. But if you like unstable, and then that's another thing I gotta talk about. I gotta talk about that before I get into my Robinhood challenge. So I made another actual um Maslow's theory of a hierarchy of needs, but I pretty much kind of added some figures to it. So thing is, let me see here. This is the picture here. So let me download this picture here. You know, I got rid of a lot of Facebook friends. Not a lot, but a few. And I can definitely say, man, it's a big difference, man. My Facebook is a lot less toxic since I did that, man. But anyway, let me share this photo here real quick, right quick. So let's see here. So I'll just add this to. I guess I'll just add it to the overlay here. That'll work. All right, so let's talk about this and then get into this here. So, yeah, so basically, this here, so imagine someone that's like between middle class and poor. How confident you think they are in trading versus someone up here, okay, or even like between middle and 120K, you know, someone people on the lower tier right here, you know, like myself, like how I was, you know, trying to deal with all of this stuff down here, you know, housing, social stability, property, family, health, food, water, shelter. I mean, it's going to be hard to be a confident trader and hold and buy and hold when you're worried about these things here. And then even this shit, my goddamn nieces, crazy hyena, little young hyena chicks that just has no respect for men, just young little male haters. Like they want me to be there. Like it's okay for me to like basically I got a text from them from I don't know yeah, from one of my nieces basically being like, all right, yeah, you were supposed to be my slave, bitch. That's basically what she said. Yeah, you supposed to be my slave. That was part of the deal. You'd be my goddamn slave. Now I'm not cleaning up that room one last time. And you clean the kitchen every day. You're supposed to be my slave. You know, when you're dealing with all of this shit, it's all this shit fucked up, jacked up. Of course, you're gonna have problems with a whole bunch of things, let alone trading and buying and holding. And I guess it goes into the whole thing of, you know, working on your own problems and getting the best situation for yourself and just, you know, self-improvement in general. Because the thing is that, yeah, when you're in a lot better situation, it's going to be a lot easier to be able to trade. It just is. I mean, it's going to be a lot better to do a lot of things. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, rewards. Yeah. Okay, Robinhood changed their little stock or whatever. So I made a lot of orders. I don't want to do all history. So I guess I'll just set up. I'll just go over. I'll just set up what I bought. I'll just put it here. I'll just set things up or whatever. Just give me a second. I'm still going over some things. I was all over the place. All of this type of stuff, just getting in and getting out. This is not intelligent trading. It's like survival trading. That's not good trading, man. I mean, we all trying to survive. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but basically, make decisions like that. Because see, a lot of times, you should take like when a chess player, that when you're trying to learn how to be a master and stuff like that, or you trying to just be a high level chess player, you supposed to write down, take a journal of all of the moves you made, the donation, the notations of where you move, like F1, H1, or H8, or whatever. Like, you're supposed to write that down. So when you trade, you definitely supposed to, have a trading journal and write down all of the trades you made and keep a track of it. And I wouldn't even recommend an Excel spreadsheet. You can, but I say writing it down, because you want to audit the trades you made to see if you basically made bad trades. Because one day I actually went back, and that's when I kind of found out that I was making terrible trades, because it wasn't that I was making terrible buys. I was making terrible sales. So I was selling stocks that I shouldn't have sold. So I'm gonna just put in. I'm not gonna put everything I bought, but I'm gonna put in the ones. I put in a few. This I did. I was pretty active, man, and I was all over the place, man. But I will say now, I've been a lot more calmer. I have not been making that many trades. Definitely am not. I've been more buying and hold. I just set my stop loss, and I just pretty much, I check on my portfolio a lot. Like, not a lot, but like, a few times a day. I don't even know why I even do that. A lot of times I'll just be, I don't know, I'll just be bored. But the thing is that basically, I haven't been trading that much. So my next Robinhood challenge, I probably won't have that many orders. So it won't be that much to talk about. It'll just be a few stocks to talk about. So I'm gonna send this to myself and then actually talk about the trades that I made. We go back to what you're saying, okay? If stock is dropping, oh yeah, you already talked about that. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, we got Yacht PJs. Oh, okay, yeah. For sure, man. I'm gonna send this to myself real quick. Let's see here. Just attach the screen file. But I will say this. I'll say this. Like less than $6 off of what I started off with as far as $40. I mean, I started off with $40. I'm almost 6 away from it. I've been just trying to follow my own advice. I mean, basically, I be giving good advice. I know I give good advice, but just sometimes you know, even people that give good advice, they don't even follow their own advice sometimes. I mean, it's like I'm trying to follow my own advice. I mean, I'm tired of, man, like everybody. I don't want to be the poor righteous teacher all my life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else winning, and I'm just, popping. So let's see here. So we're gonna show this, and we're gonna talk about it. We are going to talk about it here. But another thing is that I don't really think about stuff. I mean, too much. I don't think too much into a lot of things, because it's like pretty much, I have a system, I have a plan, and I just try to work that plan. I don't necessarily beat up myself that much as I used to, I guess. But it's pretty much I just follow a plan, follow that plan, and I just go with it. Sometimes, I mean, I miss things, but I'm learning, just like you guys probably, I'm sure, are learning. Now, where in the heck did that damn file go? I mean, what in the whole hell? Like, I know I just saved that. Where is this going? Okay. This is going where? Oh, it went to okay, that folder. All right. So, let's add this on up. Go back to that folder. And then, let's put my glasses on. Not those. Yep, these. Yeah, I got gaming glasses. Gunner glasses. All right, so this is what I'm doing right now. This is what's going on at the moment. Okay, what am I in on right now? I think I'm in on SUP, I believe. That was the first thing I wrote down, so it has to be what I'm on now. What wave I'm riding now? Nice little roller coaster. Oh no, it's actually not that. It's not that. So I gotta slide that one out. So yes. All right. Oh shoot. There we go. So slide this one out. All right. That's what I'm on right now. And then, oh man, I said I was gonna download that video. Oh boy. Basically, don't listen to me, okay, about any stocks. To basically, just like as a rule of thumb, listen to me with just as like I'm just basically giving you entertainment. I'm not a financial broker, analyst, or any type of stock expert with fiduciary responsibilities. And I'm going to be recording this, and then I'm just going to play this because I'm tired of saying this. But yeah, please don't trade with money that you cannot lose, such as money that you need for cost of living expenses, current expenses. Please consult financial advisor with fiduciary responsibilities for expertise. Thank you. All right. So this company here is Naked Brand Clothing. So I'm currently up 32%. Wow. 32%, $6.93 for a $40 account. Account that's less than $50. $6.93 ain't half bad. This is pretty interesting. 32.54% total return. No, that's today's return. Total return is $4.05, 16.75%. Okay. I got a stop loss on this for like $7.50. It's at $9. Not $9. I said $7.50. I got a stop loss on 7 cents. I'm broke. 7 cents and a half. A half of a penny. So so this is a pretty hot penny stock, I guess you could say. Safe to say. It looks like it. So what Naked Brands is pretty much, they sell apparel and accessories in Australia. They sell swimwear, and they have a portfolio of clothes. You have a female CEO, so you can't say I'm a male hater. A female hater. So this company is owned by a woman. The CEO is a woman. So that's kind of interesting. So let's put it the 5-year. So this company, I don't really know what happened to it, but it looks like they had some type of volatility that was going on. The 52-year, I dropped my phone. The 52-year, I said 52-year. Wow. That's really long-term investing. 52-week highs, $4.80, and the 52-week low is actually 6 cents. The reason I bought it, I think it came up in a FinViz group scan that basically was like, it came under consumer cyclicals. So it was just basically something that it's like consumer cyclicals are just basically like consumer products like clothing, textiles, and stuff like that. It's like consumer cyclicals. So it came up and I saw it's like Naked Brands. I think I bought this company before. But it was like basically something that I saw. I was like, you know what? This might be a move. It might be a move here. I saw the waves. I saw the little roller coaster dips. And I don't know. I'm gonna ride this one out. What I do is I let a ladder step. So it goes up and then I increase my stop loss. Basically, that's what I mean by that. So, basically I just, if it goes up, I just to hedge off my losses, I just pretty much, I just pretty much keep going up. And then if I have to sell it off, I sell it off because I'm not ready to do what Soul Shader is doing yet. With this account, I'm not doing that. I can't necessarily put any money into it because this is what I actually have. This is survive or die, basically. Like I'm not depositing any money into this account, so I can't just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy more shares. So it's like pretty much it's pretty much swim or float or die. So I can't use Soul Shader's method. You know what I'm saying? So I just have to be like very offensive and defensive. Um, Primarily, the defense is more important actually than the offense. Obviously, I'm floating, trying to make it to shore. And what is shore? I don't even know what the shore is. I guess shore is like, I guess I make a whole bunch of money and then I'm able to actually spend it somewhere, I guess, from this whole experience. But I'm just been trying to survive and actually thrive, because I mean, you guys seen my lowest points, so I'm actually trying to do something. I'm actually trying to educate as well as learn myself as well. And I've learned quite a bit over this year. Last year was kind of rocky, but this is probably one of my better trades that I've made. I mean, I don't think this is my highest point. I think my highest point, I definitely believe I broke the $40 mark. I have to look at my other videos to see where I did it at, what month. I don't remember. But I know I did go really, really low. I was buying cryptos. I bought not Bitcoin. I bought, let me see what I bought. It was one of those cryptos. I think it was like, I know exactly what it was. I'll give me just a second. I mean, you know what? I have short-term memory when it comes to a lot of things that, like, especially if it was like a situation where it was like really tough, I try to like forget about it, leave it there, trust and believe. So it was Ethereum Classic. Okay. So that was actually a very good move to actually sell that off, and just cut my losses and just try to deal with it, because basically Ethereum is at the same price that I probably bought it for over a year ago. It's not any volatile. It's been a little volatile, but had I just kept it in Ethereum Classic, I mean, I wouldn't have really done anything. I mean, so that's why you don't really hear me talking about cryptos. I don't even, they ain't my lane. It's just something that I know is like, okay, I leave the cryptos to the crypto people and Krypton. And I just, you know what I'm saying? I got me some crypto as far as, not bit. Well, I got a little bit of Bitcoin in my Coinbase account. But it ain't no shares. It's like fractional shares. I mean, so, and then I got some other like coins that I can't even tell you what the names of them are. All I know is I got them just by answering some quiz questions. And then Coinbase just gave me a whole bunch of like some of these coins. I don't even, I have to log into my Coinbase to see what is actually going on. I haven't, back when I was like really, really poor, like I had to go in my Coinbase to like transfer some money to my PayPal. And wait, hold on. It just reminds me. Oh man. Hold on. I see something. Wait, that's not it. Wait, it's right here. Give me just a second. Let me see here. But yeah, it was all kind of stuff like that, man. I was broke as hell. I was doing like surveys, and I was like trying to transfer money to just get like bus fare so I can go to work. Not even bus fare, but it was actually to get on a train without having to ask my sister for some money.
I said, okay, real quick before I go in, did you pay for this already, or are you looking for help? Because I'm not in a position where I can help you because the way that my bank account is set up. The thing is, I got a checking in the savings, but all my money is in the savings. I don't think my card is gonna go through unless you got jeans on because you gotta wipe it off. You can't hang with everybody, man. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, definitely. That's what reminds me of that. So Soul Shader say, yeah, I can afford to take the risk. If I was living alone with a little income, then I wouldn't do it. But I'm in a perfect position to do what I'm doing. So I don't have any bills, but one, yeah, that's what's up, man. Are you still in CRSR? Are you asking me, or I'm gonna show what I actually, some of the trades that I actually that I bought into and I sold. So let me get my app to see what I did as far as with these trades. So go to my account, activity, and then go to show all. Because I do like this new upgrade that Robinhood did. I do like that. So I don't have to do any they kind of like changed it a little bit. So yeah, I'm in a naked right now, whatever, naked brands. And yeah, I like to be naked. So that fits me well. I'm gonna stay with naked for a while. So before I got naked, I was in Superior Industries. Okay. So that one is SUP. So this company is in the automotive. Because I'm like, the thing about automotive to me is definitely something to it. There's definitely something to it, but it's one of those things where it's kind of like oil. It's one of those things where it's a buy and hold type of move. And I'm buying and holding, but it's more of a long term type of buy and hold. Kind of how I see how oil is. But I didn't make any money. Well, actually, I did, because it said I bought it October 16th for $26.80, and I sold it for $28.80 on October 19th. Okay, so this is Superior Industries. Now, what they did? Let me look into this. So I sold it for $144. Now that was a good move because they're at $129. Okay, so that was a good move. Okay, on my end, and I made $2. But okay, now let me move along. As far as the CRSR ticker, I don't see that. And I'm going back to July. I don't see that. I haven't bought that. Not since from July till now. I have not purchased CRSR. Not on Robinhood. I might have bought it somewhere else, but Definitely not Robinhood. So the second one is SOL, and this one is actually no, I don't want to download the document. So this one is Ren Solar. So this is a solar company, and I was looking at solar like, okay, maybe I can make a little money in this. It's a China energy company. Basically, they sell solar panels and other solar products. So I see this one too. It says I made some money off of this because I bought it for 21. Bought it for $3.51 back in October 15th. And then it says I sold it. Let's see here. For 20, sold it for my stop loss got triggered for $4.10. So let me go look back at yeah, so I got in at $3.51, and my stop loss got triggered at $4.10. I'll be right back. And of course, one of my favorite oil stocks. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. Don't know. Maybe I'm into the fetish lifestyle, and that name just, I don't know, kind of makes me triggered or something. I don't know, but I like Fet. Shout out to Neon Eyes. All right, so I bought in at 57 cents. Okay, that was October 6th. And I sold it. It says I made some money. So let's see here. Bought in at 57 cents. Okay, October 6th. 57 cents. 57 cents. Then my stop price got triggered for 61 cents. Let's see what it actually is trading at now. Okay, so I made a good decision. Okay. Shout out to the stop loss. So it was just going up. So I made a little money on the uptick. And the stop loss triggered, got out. So I want to talk to you guys about automated trading, because sometimes when stuff like that goes on, that's what's going on. Like, they using some automated trading, they like riding the waves, and that's what's going on. Like, basically, it's like kind of fake. Like, it's just some computers pumping a whole bunch of the market up, or pumping a particular stock up. And you can make money off of it too. I mean, you could actually make money off of the actual computers, little, trading bots or whatever they got, that is kind of manipulating the market a little bit. So just think, like, if I had $40,000, I would have been able to make like a quick, instead of it being 20 cents, I would have been able to make like $200 or something like that. Just within, that was just like, I think probably, what was this timeline? So that was a 6-day timeline. Say, so might be a good call option. play, assuming Biden wins. I was trying to hold my like political talk, but I can't help it. My analogy with the Republican and the Democratic Party is like this. This is how I look at it. So you got a white girl, two white girls. One white girl is a Republican, the other white girl is a Democrat. And, they like two different guys or whatever. So the Democratic white chick, she's, pretty much kind of like she's kind of somewhat open, kind of hippie-ish, freakish, real freak. She likes to smoke weed, she'll come visit her black boyfriend, because this is from a black perspective. I'm black. Okay, so I have to look at it from my vantage point. So she goes to go visit her black boyfriend in the hood. She lives somewhere in a middle class neighborhood, whatever. But she goes to go visit her little black boyfriend in the hood, and pretty much she goes smokes weed with him, and she'll let him do pretty much whatever he wants to do. Come all in her face, swallow, come all in her, everything, right? And she's on the pill though. And then she, pretty much goes back to her, middle suburban neighborhood, and they talk on the phone or whatever modes of communication, and he's got whatever hell he has to pay for in the hood and deal with it. And she, whenever she wants to see him, she goes to the hood. He stays there. Maybe occasionally he comes out the hood. She'll get mom's car or whatever, come pick him up or get an Uber. That's the typical Democrat chick, right? Or that's the Democrats, right? She doesn't try to move in the hood. She's not gonna move in the hood with him. She's not gonna get him out the hood and bring her over to his place. Her place. He's just there. So the Republican chick, she's she's conservative, high strung, very, kind of financially motivated, right? So she'll get a black guy that's an athlete, it doesn't matter necessarily where he lives. She'll just get him, pretty much primarily, maybe lower class neighborhood, lower middle class neighborhood. Doesn't matter. But she's only gonna get the black guy that actually likes he wants to wear Dockers. He wants to actually wear crew necks and all kind of very kind of let's just say Eurocentric clothing, right? And he kind of corporate talk, what I'm saying, and he has aspirations to try to be some type of higher person of himself. He's a Republican just like she is, and then they both sing the Constitution together, over the phone and and in person, and then they kiss, and she pretty much just she'll let him do everything just like the Democrat chick does, but she's not on birth control. So she's just taking a little risk, but she picked a good guy. She probably, if she gets pregnant, she has plans to tell daddy, and then she's not dumb though. She picked this guy's, All-American track and field, football, basketball. So he can pick any sport, and he's gonna, pretty much get $1 million contract. So fast forward 10 years later, he's already, all pro, pretty much basketball player or NFL player or whatever. And she's getting paid. She's got every bag that you can, order in the closet. She's got all of the clothes and everything like that. And it's pretty much kind of like the version of Get Out, where she just picks the right dude and she's gonna win either way. Even if she becomes a baby mama, she knows this guy's gonna get $1 million contract. She's gonna get paid either way. But she gets to be the wifey. She's got, $30,000 wedding ring, so on and so forth. And I mean, that's just how I look at it. That's that was the analogy that I thought of as far as how I look at this whole political situation in this actual country that we call the United States. So I mean, I don't know how people will take it, but yeah. It's my little comedy routine. So back to business. All right. So let's see here. It's good, bruh. Automated trading is the future. Saves you time so you can focus on other stuff. You goddamn righty. It is. Yeah, man. I'm waiting, man. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting in the wings, man, to implement it. I just gotta get my money together, man. That's all. Let's see here. With M1, I could leave 1K in my account, use auto invest to take out $250 per week to invest in whatever stock I want. M1. Heard about M1, but I haven't tried that one. Doesn't matter who the WW votes for. Either way, they're gonna win. Right. All right. Yep. That's how I look at it too. So, I was at, I think here. Yep, I was there. So XELA, let's see what is going on with XELA. What the hell is this? I bought 50 shares of it. First of all, let's see who. Okay, excellent. Okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, I mean, I'll be thinking like, man, I'm into technology. Let's buy some technology. Okay, this is it's not really necessarily technology. It's a healthcare services software company, which I don't really know that much about. I don't even know why I bought it. I mean, I'm not into healthcare software. I could totally work for a hospital and work in IT. I've never did it. Probably would not really want to, because honestly, I mean, being around all of that, like people crying and sad, people dying, and then, you got people getting well too, or getting, better and all that. But man, seeing the circle of life every goddamn day, trying to fix people's computer issues, man, I did that in a school setting, right? In like a really, really bad area of Chicago. I could just imagine working in a hospital. It has to be very stressful to be working IT in a freaking hospital. But nevertheless, I bought this company back in October 1st. And it's kind of ironic because you got 10 and then you got 01, which is the reverse 10, 2020. And then I actually bought it at 10:21 a.m. But anyway, I bought it at 38 cents a share. And I made money. I was doing good, huh? I got a regulatory fee of 1 cent. What the hell is that? So anyway, I damn man, I'll be talking too much because I forgot what I bought it in for, and I'm very very tired. So I bought in at 38 cents, and then I sold it the same day. I sold it the same day, like did actually a day trade, and I sold it for what I got. I bought it for 38. Well, actually, it filled at 37. So it says I made money, but I didn't make any money off of this. Oh yeah. So yeah, this one I don't think I made that much. I probably like kind of broke even on that. So yeah, that's that. And the last one I'm going to be talking about is CBET. So I bought this one back. I guess I'll add another one. I'll talk about because I kind of like this company. Um, this one is kind of worth talking about to me. I think it is. So this one is CBAT. So CBAT is another oil company. So it's CBAC Energy Technology. Actually, it's not an oil company. This is a lithium ion rechargeable battery company. So this one is a Chinese company, industrials. So this one I bought. Let's see here. It's currently at $2.89. I bought it. I just bought one share. That's kind of goofy. I bought one share at $3.50, and I sold. This is weird here. This makes no sense. It says I bought it. It must have didn't execute. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't execute. I get. Well, it's just an order. So let me see. I bought 9 shares. It says $2.30. September 25th. Oh, okay, that's where it is. So October 1st, I did a market sale, and I lost. I sold for $2.24. Okay, so I lost on that. So the last one I want to talk about is XBA. I created the freaking banner, but it went away. Okay. Now, I know quite a bit about XBA because during the coronavirus, let me change that. The actual this company came up as pretty much one of those really volatile companies because basically what they do is they're a spa company primarily. So one thing about them is they have a contract with airports. So if you've done any type of frequent flying or anything like that, you probably see these franchises, which is, XSPA. Now it's not supported by Robinhood anymore. That's what it says, which is weird. But it says I bought in at $1.84 back in September 23rd. And then I sold it for $1.84. So I lost on that one. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's pretty interesting, pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see here. Yep. So Yeah, that's what I did for this Robinhood challenge. I'm doing all right, man. I mean, I might catch up to you, so Shader. This $33.72 might be 33 racks and $720. Nah, I mean, hopefully, but you see what's going on. That's a nice little roller coaster right there. Go up, and then you get a little drop, go up, then a little drop, and then you go chicka, 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 chicka. Then it went down, then it's going down again, but hopefully it doesn't go down too much. But at the very least, let me see on the X on this last one. So let's see here. So I got in this at 8 cents. So okay, so the stop loss is at 7 cents, 7 cents and a half. So actually, I would lose if I did. Ideally, I would lose if it actually But no, that's just the activity. I'm getting that confused. No, the stock is at 9 cents and 4. So this would actually, because I bought in at 8 though. The stop loss is actually lower than what my entry point is. But the thing is this is why I set it for that. Cause I don't want to get out of this. I don't really want to get out of this Naked Brands. I want to kind of see what it does for a long time. Like I don't want to lose the house with it, but I don't necessarily want to get out of it. I don't want to get out of it that much because I kind of want to see what it does. You know what I'm saying? So I guess because at first I was like, well, let me put it at 8. Because a lot of times, penny stocks are so volatile. I didn't want it to trigger. So I wanted to kind of see what it could do because if it goes to 11, then I can set it at 9.5, and then I made a little money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of times instead of like hitting a home run, you just wanna make little small gains. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you wanna set little small gains or whatever. And that's how I looked at it. I just was like, well, I don't really want to get out of this. I want to kind of ride this for a minute, for as long as I can. But that's a nice little return, nice little chunk of money, $33. Last week I was at, like, as far as not this particular stock, but a week ago, I was at like $28. I dipped as low as 25, October 26th, which was yesterday. So, this is a nice little return, for a small account. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. It's pretty good, man. Trying to think of what else I was gonna talk about. Pretty much talked about a lot of things that was on the top of my head. Tomorrow is Wealth Wednesdays. I don't really have a topic for that. I'm gonna definitely come up with one. I still not done with the framing in my house, but I think I'm definitely gonna try to start the electrical the first week of November. And I'm gonna close out the housing rehab series with exteriors. And that that shouldn't be that difficult because exteriors, it's a lot to it, but not really. I mean, exteriors is, pretty much whatever you have. If you got siding or if you have brick, if you have, I actually can go to the house across the street and and just show brick because it's a brick house across the street. So yeah, I could pretty much do the exteriors. Probably do a video of the exteriors too. Just show what stuff costs. Because the goal here is this. This is the goal. When my daughters watch my videos, I want them to be like, you know what? I can fix up a house. If daddy could fix up a house, I could fix up a house. Because the thing is that one thing I notice, like this is, my nieces again. It's like, you know what? You got a little money. I know you got some money or whatever. Got, baby daddies and shit. Whatever. Fathers. Okay. You can get you about $15,000 and you could buy a house. You already like ghetto motherfuckers. So it'll be like nothing. You already, you the trap queen already. So you get you a, little house or whatever, fix it up. But the thing is that, and I understand, okay, women, and especially even young men, let's just keep it real. Ain't everybody going out fixing up houses, okay? Even me, I didn't buy my first house. I wanted to, but I didn't buy my first house until I was 28. Okay, so, I mean, I paid cash for it, but the thing is that, a lot of women are adverse to fixing up properties because they're trained that even in this like gynocratic feminazi type of environment that we live in, where it's like, you should be independent and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, the thing is that even still, the biological imperative, the social imperative that's trained to young girls, even my daughters, they want Barbie dolls, they want doll houses, they want Mickey Mouse to come save them on a horse, and they want the prince to save them. I mean, it's still the same script that my sisters we grew up with. My cousins and stuff like that. It's the same script. Girls, man is gonna save you, blah, 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 blah. And I understand it because basically what I'm saying is that a lot of young women, a lot of women, they are averse to fixing up just about anything, especially a house, because their imperative is that it's for a man to fix up a house. And it's for a man to fix up a house for them. And they don't pay them. And by that, what I mean that they don't pay them is that their baby daddy or their, more common baby daddy. But, their baby daddy is probably not going to fix up a house for them. Typically, the husband fixes up the house for them, right? So, husband is no husband there, so there's no house to be fixed up for said husband. But even all of that aside, those two people should fix up said house for me is still the imperative. And the thing is that I think that women should not look at it like that. They shouldn't look at some man supposed to fix it up or be scared about fixing up a house. And the thing is that all you need is really the knowledge and the capital to fix up a house. You don't need to necessarily have to be waiting on a guy to save you per se. You can pretty much with sound principles and understanding, you can pretty much just for just starters, stop paying rent and just get you a house and get somebody to fix it up. If you don't, because it's some women that have good credit. They have the credit to actually get like a rehab loan. I'm not going to even try to mention what the name of it. I think it's like 203 rehab something, 203K or some crazy stuff. But you can get a loan basically to fix up the house. So basically what it is that they give you two loans. So they give you one loan to basically start off the repairs of the project for the house. And then after they do that, after the house is fixed up, they do a basically refinance. They convert that home that rehab loan into an actual home loan. Okay, so at first it's like a construction loan, and then it converts over into a home loan after the house is repaired. The woman doesn't have to do nothing. The man, anybody does not have to do anything besides tell the contractors what you want, pick out the things that you want, and then, basically check on the house every now and again. And just, pretty much after the house is fixed up, you got a full-fledged house for a discounted price, because a lot of the houses are discounted if they're, pretty much vacant houses or whatever. And you got a whole house that is fixed up and landscaped and everything. And it's like about $300, $400, $500 less than what you're paying for rent. $700 less than what you're paying for rent. And it's like, a lot of people are going the rent route because they just don't know. They just don't understand. And it's like, the thing with me is, I hate rent. And it's like, I'm glad I mentioned this because I almost forgot why I bought my house. I hate rent. I would rather live in the hood or live in parts of the America that is just freaking, a lot going on in a relatively, ideal situation. I would like to be in the town that I wanted to live since I was in high school, but I don't have the credit to get that or the capital. So, but the thing is that in order to get out of rent, because I hate rent so much, because see, here's my theory on rent. And it's like what I mentioned the guy earlier. He mentioned, if you rent, you're homeless. But I'm hardcore. I call myself the broke genius. I believe if you have a mortgage, you still homeless. In theory, because the bank is home, that's the bank's home, not yours. But a lot of people they ain't ready for all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm revolutionary when I say shit like that. But anyway, and also because they too lazy, female laziness is alive and well. Man, I hate for something to happen, man, because you're right. It's a lot of lazy women, man. A lot of lazy women. And then a lot of lazy dudes too. A lot of people, man, they just want everything right now and they don't want to work for it. And then they get passed up on opportunities because they're just, being lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like they expect things to be a certain way, but it isn't. And I have to admit, a lot of times I lost a lot of years by inactivity, just working one job. I should have, not saving, because if it wasn't for me being able to save, it was no way I could have bought anything. I couldn't buy a ham sandwich if I wasn't able to save. So it's tripped out. Rehabbing houses can turn into a money pit for men and women, especially when real estate returns depend on location, property tax environment. In some cases, you come out ahead investing stocks. Investing in stocks is very, very good, but I have to, I have a vision, yacht. and that vision is a combination of real estate and investing in stocks as well. But the thing is that okay, the Gary, Indiana, the taxes are lower. They're very low. So I'm pretty much I'm on your yacht with you. We're drinking, pretty much Moet. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like you. I don't like taxes either. So I fare better, in that situation. So yep. That work though, they don't want to work to do no work outside of running their mouth. That's the only type of work they want to do. Complain. If me ain't got 25 cents every time chicks complain would be rich. Yeah, man. I mean, the thing with that is that women talk quite a bit because, like, one thing I'll tell you, don't ever try to out talk no woman because women can communicate better than men. Okay, that's why, like, pretty much people that are very well skilled in HR or just they know HR secrets and stuff like that. They know that women can talk. They have customer service jobs primarily that are that women work. They're women have superpowers. Men have superpowers. Women have superpowers. And one of women's superpowers is their mouth. Okay, I watch, pretty much like my sisters, they would run up the phone bill because they would be talking to their friends and like my grandfather used to say, visiting their friends over the phone. This is well before internet and all that. So as soon as the cell phone came out, women just took it and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? It became the tool to use, and there you go, like putting it up to their head, not worrying about anything about the cancer ramifications with that and all that, just blah 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 blah. But yeah, women can talk very very well. I'm looking for women right now. It's some women that can take my business and make me a whole bunch of money by running their mouth, and I'm looking for them. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah, man, just every day. Oh yeah, 5 minutes they can. Yeah, man. Well, the urge to bust a nut, man, it's very very hardcore, man. When you're young, yeah, you ain't gonna out talk no woman, man. You just not. You're not gonna out talk no woman. You don't try. Don't ever try. You might forget, and then you realize after the fact, like, damn, I forgot. And it's like, damn. Illinois property tax bills range from 8 to 5 to 15K, and they can never go. Yeah, I'm in Indiana, man. I'm not in Illinois. Well, I'm in Illinois now, but I mean, my property is in Indiana. But Illinois, here's the thing about Illinois. This is what people gotta understand. Okay, I gotta go back to the third largest market in America. Okay, so you got New York. Okay, people complain about New York property taxes and New York property rent prices, mortgage prices, and all that, right? But at the end of the day, they stop talking. You know why they stop talking? Because primarily they probably make about $160,000, $180,000 a year. They're near Broadway. They're near Times Square. They're near the Atlantic Ocean. They got ports with all kind of like special products from Europe right on the ports, right there. They got, products coming from Africa, India, all over the world, all over Europe, right there in New York. Got the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ. You got all of these entities and assets and trading companies and property groups right there in New York. All of that money that dense capital right there in New York. One block alone, they said, like one block, they call it the Billionaires Row or something like that, or not so much Billionaires Row. It's like 15th Avenue or 150th Avenue, someplace in New York. It's a freaking documentary that's on Amazon Prime that goes over wealth, and they talked about one block in New York that is pretty much a stone's throw away from, I think, like Harlem or somewhere. It's like pretty much across the bridge or something. And it literally, it's like that one block or one particular block is like over like 5 or 6 billionaires within just that one block. Okay, so where I'm going with this is that LA, New York, Miami, all of these areas, Texas, Seattle, wherever, if there's a market and there's a wealth market there, dense wealth, dense capital, doesn't matter how much the taxes are. It's people living in towns in northern Illinois where the governor, the ex-governor lives. Yeah, they're complaining about taxes somewhat on their conversations with their friends. And then when they get out of their car, when they get out of their house, they get in their Jaguar and their Range Rover, and they go in and drop their kids off to get ice cream. And their high schools and their grammar schools are actually private schools. So, I mean, basically, I say all that to say, they got their houses are $1 million houses. Some of them, they bought their house 40 years ago for $200,000, or actually not even $200,000. They bought their house 40 years ago for like, $80,000 or $100,000, and their house now is worth 1 point something million dollars because it's an old Victorian style mansion, or not even a mansion, but a house, just a regular house. It's worth over $1.5 million. And, they just pay the taxes because they know they're transferring that to their cousins or their grandchildren or whatever. And they just deal with it, because the reason why is because they've already made their money. They got money. So whatever you make, as long as it offsets it, it doesn't matter. The taxes, Michael Jordan's mansion, his mansion that he can't hardly sell, it's last I checked, $128,000 a year in taxes. It doesn't matter, because what Michael Jordan makes money from just having that mansion. he makes money when people drive past that mansion. They're like for example, in Gary, Indiana, they have Michael Jordan's. Not Michael Jordan's, but Michael Jackson's house that he grew up in. People drive past there and hang out there, and throw roses or whatever, because it's Michael Jackson's house. I mean, he's a legend. He was a legend or whatever. So it's like that's the same thing with Michael Jordan. He's a billionaire. Okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just it's a depreciation cost that your accountant is just going to plug in his accounting software that you'll get a deduction. Okay, so I might be broke, I might be a bum, but I understand how this system works. I mean, if you take a loss in one area, you can deduct it in another area of where you would have to pay taxes. And then as long as it offsets, doesn't matter. If you got a nice house, you got a mini mansion somewhere, yacht, pool, freaking pond in the backyard, it doesn't matter that your taxes are $15,000, but you're 15 minutes away from your office, from your trading office, and you making million every month, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. If you're close to the money and you're making money, taxes is offset. It's just a part of business. I mean, I would rather pay taxes and have the best town that I actually live in or city have the police well funded to stop crime, stop fires, firemen to stop, fires, and schools to be the best schools so my kids don't have to go to private school. You know, freaking town looks beautiful because they got so much money they can just plant, all kinds of like orchids and plants and stuff like that. And, I mean, lights when it's Christmas time or winter time and all that stuff. I'd rather pay for that to get that ambiance, to get all of the bang that I can for my capital, as long as I have the capital. Because if you don't have the capital, you just don't deal with it. Like, I can't afford to pay for taxes in Winnetka. I can't even afford to purchase a property in Winnetka. So guess what? I'm not in Winnetka. I mean, I'm not even thinking about necessarily. My current focus is not Winnetka. Now maybe my 10-year focus may be Winnetka, but it ain't Winnetka right now. I mean, like the video the little soundbite I just played. I stay in my lane. My lane is definitely not 8K to 15K a year in taxes. Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You are right. Where I just was living with my sister, that's about what they were, not 15K, more like 8K. Country Club Hills, Illinois. 8K is probably, it's just standard, for property taxes. And Country Club Hills is not nowhere near Winnetka. Okay, Country Club Hills is like a middle class neighborhood. It's like a smidget of a little upper middle class, a tiny smidget, but it's really just a middle class neighborhood. Okay, and the taxes are about that, like 8K, $6,000 a year, stuff like that, but actually even more than that probably. So the taxes is very, very high. And it's because the Cook County is where the taxes are very, very high. Okay, this picture here or whatever, this what you type, that is primarily Cook County. The reason why Cook County the prices is so high, they made a decision to swallow a pill, and that pill that they swallowed was, we're gonna tax the hell out of these people to cover up the deficits that we have. And they made a long-term plan to tax the hell out of these communities. And then also you have communities because of the foreclosures, because a lot of houses are vacant. A lot of like towns like Country Club Hills have huge budget deficits. They just taxing the hell out of their residents. And they're paying it. I lived there, for several months. And I ain't never heard nobody talking about taxes. I've been all over there, driving my car all around there. I ain't never heard nobody mention nothing about no taxes, and I know about taxes. Now, I heard my sister mention about taxes because she was talking about the landlord was complaining about taxes. But I ain't heard nobody at the sandwich shop talking about taxes. I ain't heard nobody at Walmart talking about taxes. Ain't nobody out here talking about no damn taxes. You know why? Because they making money. They making money. They driving cars. They getting in their whirlpool tub after they get off work. Nice little houses around there. Overpriced? Hell yeah. Would I buy one to live in there? Nah, nope. But it's other towns that is even more. like Flossmoor, Illinois, where I love Flossmoor. It's in the same range. But I would live in Flossmoor before I live in Country Club Hills because Flossmoor is an actual upper class community. Country Club Hills ain't, but you paying Flossmoor taxes in Country Club Hills. There's a difference. You shouldn't be paying no upper class freaking taxes like that. Ain't no damn middle class neighborhood. But Cook County, they took that. They all swallowed, all of them towns and cities swallowed that pill a long time ago, and they can't unswallow it. They gotta deal with it. But yeah, that's what's going on, man. Let's see here. I think women is the reason why we're gonna get cheaper phone services, so it benefit us in a way. Man, dude, you can. It's a cell phone service called Patriot Cell. Man, it's like $15 a month last time I checked, man. You got to get your own SIM card, and it's a lot of stuff you got to deal with. Yeah, Chicago's no New York. Illinois has a bloated pension system that's keeping the state in check. But I did explain all that, didn't I? I mean, they swallowed that pill. That pill that they swallowed, that is what they're trying to tax the hell out of the people to cover up that, to basically offset those pension obligations and those budget deficits. Poor neighborhoods pay high taxes relative to the value of the home because there's no commercial development to cover the taxes. Individuals, homeowners can't make up the. Yeah, I mentioned that. I mean, around around Cook County, and either other parts, it's a huge. You asked me to look up REITs. I looked up REITs. I did the research, and from that research, I applied the deficits in those stocks, and this is related to that because the lack of commercial development, they have to compensate that lack of commercial development. You're right, definitely. Lake, Kane, Will, DuPage all have high taxes. Indiana put a cap on property taxes. Yeah. Well, I mean, they might go up. I mean, I'm be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. My tax bill is next month. I actually have to pay taxes on my house in Indiana next month. That was part of the deal. I gotta pay like $700, for taxes. Now, the thing is this. The taxes are an issue when I look at property. Like I do look at the taxes. If the taxes are very, very high, it's very concerning because you almost got, like you put in 8 to 15K. You got a mortgage at that point. If you're paying $8,000 in taxes, you're paying a mortgage to who? The city and the town, right? That ain't nothing but what you're doing. You paying a mortgage to the county, for your house at that point. And it's like, it ain't nowhere to go but up. I mean, the thing is this. I'm gonna talk about it. See, man, you gonna hop on here, man. I gotta talk about everything. You gonna have. I was trying to hold on to all this. So pretty much, a lot of this stuff has to do with white flight, gentrification. Okay, the G word. Okay, those areas where pretty much it's very, very higher taxes than normal. When you say poor people, just put in Mexicans and black people, okay? And those areas where there's high taxes, those are where they are. And it's like, lower taxes where the white people are. Now, here's a good thing is why a lot of people don't watch my channel. It's probably good. I'll say something and I don't know, whatever. But the thing is that here's the deal. with taxes and whatnot. In real estate, you really got to follow the dominant group. You know, you really have to follow white people when it comes to real estate. I can't say it no better because ideally, if you want to make some money, like you really say if you got a whole bunch of money, you want to actually see where white people are moving to, and actually where they're thriving. And I'm not making this up because whenever you see white people in the area where white people are, you see who? You see Indians, you see other Asian groups such as Korean, Chinese, you see Japanese, you see even all kinds of people living. Arabians, they're all around white people. They all follow white people. Now, the thing is that if you're savvy enough, you can actually just kind of it's like the movie The Banker. If you use that same strategy, which some people do with real estate, you'll be super duper rich because basically you'll use the idea of basically these stable, beautiful, vibrant neighborhoods with these nice architectural structures. You'll buy them for the cheap, and you'll get you a white realtor, white real estate attorney, right representative, offshore company, whatever the hell you want to set it up as, and basically buy up these properties and kind of get it in, get your foot in the door. And then once you get your foot in the door, then you can do whatever you want to from there. And that's the move, because I've seen when those trillions of dollars leave a particular neighborhood. Okay, I grew up in a town called Dalton, Illinois. 1987, it was predominantly white. Okay, so after about 92, they pretty much all but moved out. Okay, and then they took that wealth with them, and that wealth drain was quite significant. Now it was a little Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for about five years or more, maybe. No, about a good 10-year run. Black mayor for the first time and all this other stuff. It was some heydays. It was peace and love and a little fisticuffs here and there. But it was cool. Nobody pretty much was shooting each other. Then the projects got blew up or whatever. Then all them people came down south, and it was like freaking Rwanda. It's still going on. It's actually a civil war in Chicago, and it's the haves and the have-nots. That's literally the war in Chicago. So it's like, all mixed in. People done had babies. I mean, they babies is in high school age and all this, but it's actually a civil war based off of those dynamics that I just mentioned in certain areas. But it's still backlash from that, and it's still ongoing because a lot of those people, pretty much had, children, and then their children are fighting wars and all this stuff. And it's all cyclical, and the thing I say to all of that is that basically that, that town, it suffered from that wealth drain. And, it's a powerful tool, and it's like, a lot of people don't like the fact of the reverse, which is gentrification, when white people actually move in a particular area. I don't have any faults against people. I believe people should be able to move wherever they want to. I don't have any problems with people moving in anywhere, you know. But I mean, unfortunately, people do have problems with particular people moving into particular areas. You know, I mean, it is what it is, you know. But the thing is that, you know, white people's you know, that wealth is a very, very powerful tool. Okay, and I've seen when that tool leaves, stuff don't get fixed. And things go haywire, you know. So, but yeah, I, you know, I have to get on up out of here. I appreciate the conversation. Definitely enjoyed the dialogue. We will definitely meet again.